Let's get the party started in here. Let's get the All right, we're coming on to pre-market lows coming up. Pre-market lows. And we are tanking. All right. Freaking A. Let's see. Wonder if we could get a retest. Got these levels up here. All right, let's see what happens here. We just took out pre-market lows. All right, let me quickly go to some different time frames while I wait for this. All right, we are breaking below the 200. So we held that 200 as resistance at this point. So pretty bearish sentiment right now. 15-minute chart. Let's see what the 15-minute chart's looking like. Yeah, also pretty bearish. Not really anything to see there. 5-minute chart. Okay, we got now some resistance up here on the 5-minute. Let me try to mark this out. So that high up there is that 5-minute high so far. Let me go to the 1-minute chart. I think I have a... All right, willing to give this a try. Man, looks like it's going for that high. Fudge. Never mind. Man, why is it freaking lagging like this? It's the second day already today. It's been doing this stupid... Welcome to the world of... Alright, well that was a bummer. Alright, let's see what happens here now. Breaking back up. Still holding view op as resistance here. Question is it going to break through view op now? You're paper trading? I mean, I'm on a funded account. It's not the paper trading. I think it's my computer. I'm running too much stuff because I'm live streaming. This computer can't really handle what I'm putting out on it, so that's why it's having trouble here. Alright, rejecting off of VWAP so far still. Man, coming back down now. Taking out that high, coming back down. If it starts breaking this high, if price could start breaking above 791 level, we're going to get to some pretty bullish. We're going to be back above VWAP, so. All right. Ugh. Come on. Question is, what are we gonna? Are we gonna break lower? Looks like it may want to break lower here. All right, now price is not doing anything. Nice. It's gonna go back up for those highs if it can't. If I could take this on light size. I mean, I feel like it wants to go lower. Man, that was a short. I was. All right, there's nothing really to do here at this point right now. This is just hanging out at the lows. NASDAQ, yeah. NASDAQ futures. I don't think we have news coming out, so there's nothing really to... why it would chop here. No money made on dip buying. Yeah, I'm not. There's no dip buying where I'm. I'm not buying long at the below view up. You're asking to get wrecked. Unless you're like, unless you're swing trading, and that's different, but. Yeah, we're all learning here. None of us are experts in trading. We're all learning. And if some influencer pretends he or she is an expert, it's all BS. All right, there's the flush. Holy crap. Oh my god. Are we just gonna flush super low now? I don't like buying these, when it, like, this break below this low is just a risky buy. I mean, sell. Like a break and retest. Because this thing could just easily pop right back up to the... Maybe I'll take it on my Tradeify accounts. Hold on. Give me a second. I may do it on my Tradeify accounts because it's a riskier trade. So, be something I'm... Stupid freaking PDF crap. Not... Alright, let's see. This is very risky, so that's why I'm doing it on an evaluation account. I'm not doing this on an actual funded. Because this thing can pop back up, but... yeah, it's a trade I'm willing to take on an evaluation. Like, it's, if I get stopped, it's a lower probability trade because of how much we sold off already. But if it does continue to the downside, then it is breaking. Wouldn't do anything until 10 a.m. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll see what happens around. We'll see what happens. Come on, man. We haven't. What other lows do we have down there? I mean, the market's freaking just selling off. I don't see what other. All right, we got some. We do have some lows down there. News about import tariffs. Is there some, are you saying bad news about? Man, it's pretty volatile. Be careful. And my thing is a little laggy, so I gotta be careful. I think if we could get that pop and retest. Gosh, man. A little higher. That's all I was asking for. A little bit higher. Dang. This is wild. The market's just tanking. Freaking. Bad news if they approve Trump tariffs, and if they don't, market will go up. When are they supposed to? Are they doing it right now? At 10 a.m.? Really? There's no news at 10 a.m. unless they're doing some... Again, this is a pretty risky trade if I do get filled here. These aren't my funded. This is an evaluation. For a funded, I would want to wait for it to push higher up and give some better structure for a funded. So the lower probability ones I just take on an evaluation. The higher probability ones I take on a funded. Oh, it's not regular news? It's the... Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Hopefully I'm off the market by the time they rule, so we don't get no crazy price action crap happen. Look at this crap. How is it edging my freaking order so good? Look. Bro, how? How? How does it freaking day after day after day after day after day after day, every day this does this crap where it like edges my order and then goes down? What am I like secretly trading a massive account here that everyone's just front running me? What the hell? That's what it feels like. And the more structure it forms, the lower the probability this setup becomes. So it just becomes more dangerous of a setup that this thing could break out. I really don't like this trade. Yeah, I really don't like this trade. Damn it. I feel like this thing could easily just stop me out because it's going to run for those highs. Oh well. Alright, let's get that retest. That, no, this is crazy. I said this is a lower probability. I'm only taking this on my evaluation. This is why it's a lower probability setup. But I still do think there is a probability we could form structure back down to the downside. We're forming lower highs, so... But I am running the risk of this running back up and taking out the high before it even goes down. So for my funded... I would wait for a better setup up, like for structure up above, but since this is an evaluation, I'm willing to take this lower probability one. It still could, you know, this is a resistance. I'm not taking a random. And there's sellers stepping in. The selling pressure is pretty strong, so I'm going with momentum here. It'll probably, honestly, if it breaks that low, we could go a lot lower, but I'm not wanting to really just, like, you know, hold it for... I don't want to be greedy. Every time, I don't know, every time I get greedy, I get wrecked. And then I regret it. So, I just learned not to be greedy with it. Plus, these accounts... Oh, no, these accounts have end-of-day drawdown, so that's a good thing. There's no trailing drawdown on these accounts. I don't want... The fact that it's forming structure, right, is not a good sign if we break out of that structure. If we start breaking out of that structure, I'm going to get stopped out. But as long as we stay below this structure, we should be good. It may take out that low... Again, selling pressure is pretty strong, so just going with the momentum here. We got VWAP curling to the downside. We got, you know, all these indicators curling to the downside, so. And there's the... Trump delaying data. Y'all see the, what's it called? Y'all saw Trump flipped off that worker? That's wild. Never in history has a... I think from what I heard on the news today, the worker got, I think he got fired. Not gonna lie, it's pretty funny. I mean, what do you expect him to do when you know, when you call him that? What do you expect him to do? I don't really blame him. Trump's human too. He's got emotions. If you say stupid shit to him, he's gonna reply. You gotta remember, he's a business owner. He doesn't just, you know, he doesn't just turn around and take it. He'll lash back at you. All right, we're breaking these. See, we're probably going to flush through these lows, to be honest with you. All right, there's that break. Ugh. Yeah, he's going to defend himself. I mean, he's human. Put yourself in that position. If somebody called you, how would you react? You're not going to react. You're not going to just be like... All right, bye. You gotta think about what kind of personality you have to be like a super successful business owner, right? You have to have some grit and toughness to an extent. So he didn't get this far by, you know, bending over to people. I honestly find it funny, but like. For Trump, it's whatever. For the worker, it was stupid for him to do that. I understand free speech, whatever. But for him, it was stupid because you got fired. Like, what was the, like, what benefit did you get from saying that? Absolutely zero benefit for him. I mean, yeah, you made the news and people are talking about you on the news now. But, I don't know. You got fired from your job or whatever and now... At the end of the day, right? Here's the thing. Here's my thought. At the end of the day, no matter who our president is, you have to have a level of degree of respect for the person, right? There's just a level of respect that goes, regardless if you agree with his policies, regardless of whether you like him, you agree with him, whatever, you may hate him, right? You still have to have a level of respect. At the end of the day, the dude is the president, right, of the United States, so... He deserves a certain level of respect. That even though you don't agree with him, that's stuff you don't say to a president. And that's also what makes America great, right? The fact that somebody like that can say that and not go to jail is what makes America great. You try that crap in Russia, I promise you, tomorrow will come and all of your history will be erased. You're gonna disappear from the face of the earth like you never existed. You can't do that in any other country but America. Yeah, I heard that too. DOJ is attacking Powell. Yeah, I heard, yeah, Trump really doesn't like Powell. I don't know. I feel like Powell did a pretty good job. I think, like, he's a pretty good head. He's doing a pretty... That's just my opinion. Obviously, Trump doesn't like him because he's not lowering interest rates as fast as Trump wants him to lower interest rates. But Trump's the one who appointed him, too, which is funny. But, I don't know. I think he was doing a pretty good job. His term is... His time is coming up, right? Exactly. Yeah, at the end of the day, he's doing a good job because Fed has to stay independent. It can't, like, be pressured by the president. If the president is able to pressure the Federal Reserve, then it's not independent, and that's not the whole point. The whole point is it's an independent, and the president can't sway it. So he's doing a good job by not being swayed just because of what he's doing what he feels is best for the economy, what, you know, the board is agreeing on, not just him. I mean, they're all voting on it. It's not like he's making the only decision there. Because you can really damage, I mean, you could really damage the economy also if you lower interest rates too fast. You could start doing more harm. And that's what he was scared of, is doing more harm. And then you end up doing more harm, and it takes a lot longer to crawl back out of it because you did that. So him being extra cautious is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Are they gonna, like, are they doing the voting? I'm assuming they're doing voting, right? So it's going to take some time by the time they vote on it and everything, or they're supposed to actually announce the decision at 10 a.m. Yeah, that's 2 minutes. Probably not. If they're going to announce it, it's probably better not to be in a trade. I mean, you could. You just have to have tight stop loss. You have to make sure you have stop losses in place. But then even then, you're running the risk of, the problem is with that is, even if you have a stop loss, you can get slipped to freaking hell. Like, it'll, if price gets super volatile, it'll fill your stop, but it'll slip you like crazy. Something about tariffs, somebody said, Patricia said something about tariffs. They're supposed to be announcing something at 10 a.m. It's not on the economic calendar, but now at this point, right, we took one trade here. This short, like I said, for my funded accounts, I want this thing to really, I would want this thing to push up here and to short up here. You know, maybe we push up back up here. We start rejecting off a view up, fail to make a new high, or come up and take out the high again and then break structure. After we form it, we start breaking it back to the downside. Gives me a way better setup for the continuation down instead of trying to guess, you know. Like I said, this one, obviously this trade did work out, but this was a lower probability setup just because of, you know, how much we sold off already. It just becomes lower probability, but, you know, nonetheless, I still took it on an evaluation account and still ended up working good. I still need to pass this evaluation, so that's why I'm kind of trying to trade both funded and evaluation on my evaluation. I'm taking lower quality setups. Oh, there it is. Wow, so you're right. Look at this. Price action starting to get crazy. Whoa, what is the announcement? They announced the tariffs are illegal. It will companies. How do I find out what the announcement is? Maybe if what if I Google it? Tariffs? Supreme Court decision? All right, U.S. Supreme Court could issue ruling on legal challenges to Trump's tariff live. Let's see if I can pull something up here. CNBC. I'm trying to. Live coverage, here it is. See what happens. Oh crap, that's not gonna be good. If he has to pay back, that is not gonna be good for the economy. Meaning, like, the market's not gonna react probably good to that. Assuming it's not doing good because it's selling off. We are still selling off. I just see a video of everyone clapping. Everyone is clapping. Oh wait, that's a commercial, never mind. Wait, no it's not. See. Alright, oh, this isn't it. What the hell? This is just a video. Why is it so hard to find this freaking... Has anyone found it? Why? How is this so hard to find? We're screwed. Trump sends warning if the Supreme Court... Wait, what do you mean? You're asking someone else, or... Are you asking me how I price my products? It'll be chaos. Yeah. I can't find, but there's no ruling yet. I mean, if there was a ruling, we would have news right away. Like, it would be the main headlines. Ugh. Man, we are crazy selling off. The dip keeps dipping. It's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath for the people trying to fade the market. That's why I tell you, that's why I tell everyone, do not fade the market. If it's bearish, go with momentum. I guarantee you, I could put money on it. How many people tried to long somewhere here thinking that this thing was going to go back up? Now here's another break of, is this worth taking too? I feel like the lower it goes, it's just the more scarier it gets to short this, the lower it goes. But then what if you have one of those days where it just keeps going lower and lower all day long? Maybe I'll take it. Let's see. I mean, it's an evaluation account, so I gotta be very aggressive with it. Is it at reversal yet? Not yet. I mean, there's no signs of this thing reversing yet, but I may take this short on an evaluation again. Again, this is the lower it goes, the more scared I am to take a short. But like I said, this is an evaluation, so I have to be aggressive with it to try to get this evaluation passed. It's going to reverse halfway in the crash. That's what I'm hoping. Oh, there's this. Dang it. At that pullback, I mean, if you're trying to go long, that's not a good idea. Obviously, I don't give financial advice, but not a good idea to fade the market if you're trying to. I wouldn't even look for longs, to be honest with you. Could this thing just start ripping to the upside? Like, obviously it could, but you're just putting yourself in a bad position when you're trying to fade the market. Man, that's the retrace I was looking for, but I was looking for it to go a little bit higher. I don't know if this is... What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. It's also another dangerous time to buy, because we could have reversal at around 10 a.m. So, if this starts really like changing structure, then that would be the first sign of a reversal, if this thing starts shifting structure. Yeah, go with the trend. That's an important lesson. This thing is weak. I mean, there's no... Obviously, you got to think about buyers aren't really the most confident stepping in. Selling pressure is way more dominant right now. You can see it by the price action, how every time buyers step in and like the candle goes up, sellers immediately take over and you have these wicks. Like, look at even what happened right here. Look what happened right there. Look, buyers stepped in, tried to push it up, and just sellers said nope. And look at that wick, and it creates that wick when you have that much selling pressure. And then buyers really start to give up once we start breaking lows. More buyers start getting out of their longs, and that's why you have this really just propelled to the downside. When you have shorts covering, I mean, when you have longs getting stopped out and all that pressure coming in, you get these kind of like weird, not weird, but like flushes. Buy now. Well, you could buy. How about you buy and then you let us know how it works out? Trump is cooked. Well, hopefully not, because that's going to screw up everything. Yeah, that's true. Catching dives can be hazardous to your health. Yeah, what is rule number 1? Do not catch falling knives. For some reason, people have an instinct of, you know, the knife starts falling, they're trying to catch it. Just let it fall. Stop trying to catch a falling knife. You're gonna have bloody hands. It's like, it gives people the dopamine because it does work sometimes. And they're like, yeah, I caught the bottom. Nice. Like, I'm such a good trader. And then tomorrow comes around, they try the same thing tomorrow and they get wrecked. And then they keep trying to, you know, catch the bottom. And when something keeps going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and you're trying to catch the bottom, holy crap. What is happening right now? Like I said, this is a a lot lower probability than the first one now, because maybe I should just stayed out of it. But this is evaluation, so it's fine. I'm willing to. Like I said, I have to be kind of aggressive on these evaluations to try to get them passed. So, being more reckless with them. Wow, no, price is really just... Holy crap. That's why I said it's lower probability, because that could happen right there. At some point, you know at some point we're going up. You just don't know when. How much is it going to sell off? Is it going to go all day selling off, or is it going to... We're also at 10 o'clock, which is the reversal point. See if pressure... Let's see if pretty much buying pressure can hold this down. And buyers are trying hard. You got that wick right there. So if selling pressure can continue, this could start getting ugly, where buyers start getting scared out of their longs, which propels it even more. Who's gonna win? Do buyers have it in them? Like I said, it's not looking good that it broke that structure, because now it could hold that structure as support. If I take an L on this trade, I just give back what I made on the first trade, pretty much. So I'll be break even on the day for these accounts. Looks like it wants to keep going up. Long-term liquidity points? I mean, I do look at long-term liquidity points. Yeah, this thing's going for the high. I'm gonna get stopped out. That sucks. You're just rebalancing back up to view op. Makes sense. But you do get some of those days where it just keeps selling off lower and lower and lower and lower. Alright, I'm stopped out. Ugh. Bummer! Alright, now that we're up here, I'll switch to my funded accounts to if we get something interesting here. Break even on the day on those accounts. That sucks, man. Alright, let's see if we get some structure, if we get some interesting up here. I'd be willing, if we get something interesting, I'd be willing to take it on my funded accounts. Now that we've pushed up, can take some better quality trades. But it's got to form some structure. Oh, really? Freaking A. They couldn't wait a little bit longer to announce that. I don't see any, like, man, these news sites suck at reporting news. I don't see anything about that. Yeah, I don't see anything about that. No, I'm not. It was a fake account. I'm not gonna message you. I don't message people for that reason. To not really. Well, I'm not gonna message you, so it's a fake account. Man, TikTok really needs to like do something about all these fake accounts. Like, it's wild. These lowlifes have nothing better to do than scam people. You're like this. You're like honestly like the biggest lowlife if you sit there and make money off of scamming people. What amount do you risk per trade? About 100 to 200 on my funded accounts. About 100 to 200 per trade. Two trades max a day. 2 trades max per day. No more. Like, meaning if I take 2 losses in a row, I'm out for the day. So it allows me, like, to be able to go through that drawdown, and it's not the end of the world. Like, if I take 2 full-size losses, $400 loss, it's not, you know, nothing horrible. A lot of geopolitical action right now, yeah. The tariff crap and all this, yeah. We're living in some crazy times. That's why you have to be careful with trading. You have to have your stops in place because you will get wrecked, especially in this time right now. Yeah, why did they chicken? Why? I mean, I don't understand why they got pushed back. Or they're having some, I mean, they're having some things, I guess, on ruling. It's not the easiest thing to rule on something like that. They know their ruling can affect the economy like crazy. So, I think they're, like, being extra. If I do take this, let's see, take this break. It's a little bit is it worth to take this break? See how this break forms. If it's gonna just a sweep or if it's actual break. Nope. Still a sweep. It's not a break, so. We are pushing up to view op area, which is, you know, it's. And I have some trouble breaking view op. All right, now This will be interesting if we fail to keep going higher and we start breaking this low. I'd be interested in possibly, but then we do have this probability of it bouncing off this support level down here, which is a little, we'll see. Gotta be willing. The thing about trading, you gotta be willing to take risks. Yeah, it's like sometimes you don't know at the end of the day if the trade is gonna work or not. So that's why you have to manage risk. Nobody at the end of the day knows if the trade is gonna work or not. But I would be interested in this if it Armageddon delayed. Alright, let's see if I can break through view op. I mean, oh crap. I have to leave soon too, so. Ugh. We'll see. If I don't get a setup, then I'll have to walk away, but selling pressure is starting to try to come back in here. Holy crap. See what happens here. Could this thing start breaking down? Breaking down, breaking down. We're coming up to 10:30. It's not a good sign if we can't continue going up. TIS is not a good sign. See what happens here. Slippage caused me to get an extra 500 on my trade today. Yeah, caught a couple. It's been a kind of a break-even day so far. I had one loss, another win, and another loss, and I'm waiting for another trade. So it's just been back and forth today. A win, a loss. Sorry, a loss, a win, a loss, and we'll see what happens if I take another trade. But I've been switching accounts. I took a win and a loss on an evaluation. This right here, I'm waiting for an actual funded account setup. If I can get something here. It's been really, that's also the other thing about trading is you gotta know when to call it. Because you see what I'm saying? It's like when you have a win, and then if you kind of keep trading, you're giving the probability of giving that win back. And then it's like you're break even on the day instead of being up on the day. So it's always not necessarily good. That's why I have these evaluation accounts, so I can keep trading and not, you know, trade on my funded. Just take good setups on my funded and then major crash starts in 1 week. God, I hope you're wrong. I mean, it doesn't matter for me, honestly. The market crashes, guess what? We go with momentum, so I don't have to worry about anything. The market crashes, guess what? I'll go with momentum. I'll short. I don't care. sitting on a pivot. Yeah, it's kind of bouncing back and forth at this pivot point here, tapping into the view op area, having trouble breaking lower, but also having trouble going higher. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, it is coming up to a short opportunity, but there is a chance, right? You got this support down here. There's a chance that this thing could break this level, retest it, come down, right? And then you hold this as support and start going back up. That's a probability that you have to keep in mind if you do decide to short. It's looking pretty weak, to be honest with you. Looking pretty freaking weak. Cannot become bear unless he stays below 6,900. Well, one of them's gonna break first. Maybe it's ES. Maybe it's NASDAQ. All right, see how this candle closes. We got 1 minute left. This candle closes pretty bearish. I'm gonna go ahead and place my. We got some time. 30 seconds. Well, give me a second. I'll be back. What happened? What happened? Nothing. Come on. Oh, come on. Here's the point where I said it could bounce here. Gosh, man. No pullback? Really? Really? Really, bro? Man, I was just looking for a little bit of a retest. That's and I'm at the point where I gotta leave in 15 minutes. So come on, NASDAQ, we gotta get something going here. It's not gonna give me an opportunity to get in. You're gonna be like that today? Gosh. See if it bounces here. Oh, maybe I have to walk away. If I walk away, maybe it'll bounce back up. Alright, let me walk away for a second and see if this pops back up. It didn't work. Oh, I had to come back. Baby, come back to me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. We'll continue to uptrend here. Ooh. I think we got the answer to that. We are freaking bearish, baby. Man, we can't even push up a little bit. We're just stuck. It has no freaking... It's stuck in the... What is it doing? Bro, why is it stuck in one little spot? It be that way sometimes. You got a good setup and then it breaks through it and doesn't come back and retest that area. Would be an amazing, you know. Like here was a good trade and it retested it. This first one right here, right? That I caught. That's what I was looking for. Broke, retests it to go lower. Here it just broke and never came back up to retest it. Now at this point, shoot. Ugh, I may just keep going lower. Remember I said this area right here, it could hold as support. This is a big level. If it fails to hold this level of support, it's probably going to go for those lows again. If it fails to hold this. I'm getting more reluctant to cancel my... I mean, I'm probably going to cancel the order because I got to leave at 10:45, and so I really don't want to get stuck in a trade. That's not going to be good for me. And also another red flag, if it starts forming structure, I don't like that either. Because then it starts breaking out of that structure becomes support, which is not a good thing for me if I want to go into a short. Then there's just more levels of support that are going to be in the way for me to get to TP. Just like this becomes resistance, if we start to form structure down here and it breaks out of that structure, it could fill me, have a little bit of a pullback, and then retest this as support, and then continue going up. And you do not want to be caught in that. So that being said, I'm just going to cancel. Oh, crap. Oh well, I'm not gonna go live anymore. That's it. What am I gonna go live for 3 minutes? I gotta go anyways. All right.